Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Apocalypse, brought to you now live from a recently constructed duvet fort in the spare room of my house, my flat. My girlfriend and my dog are in the next room under strict instructions not to make any noise, lest I go in there with a rolled up Friday ad. So you might also notice I'm not wearing any headphones. Yeah, it does look a little bit like a padded cell. You're right. And it's not dissimilar to how I feel. No headphones, as I went and got everything from the studio, like a good boy. All the gubbins, even the cameras, everything. But what did I fucking forget? Headphone adapter. Brilliant. So that's a really great start. Nothing short of what you would expect from the 2-bit radio experience that is Coffee and Memes and Threshold.fm in its entirety. Feels really weird doing it without headphones. It makes everything real. It really does, as I mentioned before, it really, really does just highlight the fact that I'm just a mad person in a room alone shouting. But that's basically half the world right now. So, we're all in this together, guys. Yeah, it does have a bit of a terrorist video stream feel to it. Don't know if I've got any weaponry around here. We've got a doorknob. I guess you could put that in a pillowcase for a naughty sack beating. That would be fine. Camera lens. No use for this currently. A rose gold pineapple. This is good. This is fine. But all right, let's do a load of unboxings. Look, all the fucking banter in here. Scientific's in the chat. Oi, oi, my man. Keep entertained while I pump some iron, man person. Okay, Scientific. Just getting that workout in before he noses up a little bit of Anavar. He's on steroids. But look, guys. Dan Wedge, Ross Kearney. Lots of new faces I've noticed since the apocalypse began. A lot of new faces in the chat. A lot of people with a bit more time on their hands. A lot of... I wonder... Pornhub views must have gone up significantly. It being one of the most viewed websites in the world, I can only imagine that it really is... It really is coming into its own. They were offering free Pornhub Premium to all of Italy. So I believe the sales in VPN went up significantly then. Someone texted me through a list of 100 free porn sites. Sweet Johnny, in fact, texted me through a list of 100 free porn sites today. So if anyone's interested, I could post that in the Discord later. Guys, is everyone okay? Who is... Is there anyone that is still actually technically at work? Is there anyone still leaving the house to go to work? Let us know. There was a man yesterday who was saying that he actually had coronavirus and he was quite happy to phone in. But then after asking him to send in his details, he did not. So his name was Stephen Atherton. I hope he's still alive. God bless him. Anyway, the shout box is, of course, open. Frisk and Hogboy are in work. As we've said... many times, the pair of them have considerable contempt for humanity and their own personal safety, so it's not unusual that the two of them would be endangering the lives of society at large by just simply going about their normal business. Squidgy Beats, a.k.a. the Cotswold Cartel, is at work. What do you do for a living? Favours for sailors? I don't know. The Build is working from home. Den Tweed is working from home. Dan Wedge is working from home. Guys, let me know what you're doing to keep yourselves sane. Apart from watching me, I don't know whether or not I'm adding to the insanity or adding to what? Am I adding to anything? Am I adding to just generally the sort of degradation of society? Hopefully. I fucking hope so. I'm going to try and set up... I've actually got a green screen next to me that needs it needs an iron, quite frankly. Amongst other things. I can set that up, and I guess we could probably have quite a lot of fun with the green screen. Maybe that could really, for the AI conspiracy theorists about the show that think this is all, this is all part of, I don't know, Elon's big plan. Well, we could probably have a little bit of fun with that. Guys, look, it's so difficult trying to find news that is non-coronavirus related. But we will do our best, guys. We'll do our goddamn best. Ladies and gentlemen, we're not quite at lockdown point yet, but it's only inches around the corner. So until then, welcome to Coffee and Memes.
Steady job and a couple extra potatoes. That's all I want.
You're getting on. You're pushing 30, Slugger. You know, it's time to think about getting some ambition.
Oh, I always figured I'd live a little bit longer without it.
Don't forget, kid, that what you're trying to do here is to be bright and chipper and entertaining and intelligent and sort of glitzy, and that's funny, and it's kind of cool, and it's interesting, and it's edgy, and all of that. It puts that facade of momentary charisma on you, and if you don't play that out, you actually fail.
That's weird because obviously I can't hear anything. But you know, I've experienced weirder things in my life. What's the weirdest experience ever? Well, I was immediately met there with the scariest experience of my life, which was to be chased by gypsies. I hope that's the politically correct term. After me and Mum dance, foolish young boys heckled them from a car, not knowing that they were next to a much faster car. They gave chase over the downs, chased us for about 35 minutes. It was a truly terrifying experience, as you can imagine. But a lesson well learned. Do not heckle travelling folk from a car window. Is I think a really good life lesson. Yeah, and I think if you can impart that knowledge to your kids, I think that will stand them well, be it the apocalypse or not. My dad always told me as a child, son, never fight a gypsy. And I do think that if you're a dad and you haven't given that piece of advice to your son, you're a bad father. And I'm not saying call Child Protective Services, but what I'm saying is tell your children never to fight with travelling folk. Guys, look, fuck man. Woman tells police that she's Beyonce Knowles after being arrested for joyriding. Bit of fun. Gal Gadot calls on celeb pals to sing Imagine while in self-isolation. Please, have people not suffered enough? Why? Don't stop it. Guys, fucking Bono's written a song about the Rona. He's writing music about the Rona. Him and Edge are isolating. They're sucking each other's winkles. Please, no, guys, please. Long queues form outside Amsterdam's coffee shops as government announces closures. Not going to be happy about that. Not going to be happy about that. Attention, self-isolators. EA has dropped the price of The Sims 4 by 75% to just £3,000. So that's very kind of EA. I don't know. I mean, they said that you only have to pay for 75% of the characters, the additional characters in the games. Is it? Come on, there must be some goddamn cocksucking non-corona news. Well, there's a load of penguins who are having a right fucking knees up in a zoo without any people in it. They've just been given free rein at the zoo. That's a bit of fun, I guess, isn't it? That's a bit of a hoot. Eurovision's cancelled. Is that the final straw? Could be. Man gives away 270 vintage toilet rolls that he's found in his late dad's storage unit. Okay, so his dad was, what we calling him, like hipster hoarder. Yeah, he was hoarding bog roll before it was cool. Christ. New duvet cover with zips. Makes changing sheets even easier. Man, people need to grow up. I mean, Jesus Christ. Like, is that really a problem that needed solving? You know? You got a zip down the middle. That would be annoying. Why would you have that? Okay, well, they put a sexy girl in the advert. I guess that's a start, isn't it? Who needs this? What kind of subhuman scum are not prepared to put on a duvet cover. It's really hard. It's such a miserable business putting the duvet. Oh, fuck off. Grow up. Unbelievable. It's just, it's pathetic. That's pathetic. I mean, it's a slow news week as it is. I'm sure you'll agree. But it seems like the news for the nonsense news is particularly poor. Brilliant. Yep, good. Finally, okay, now we have some proper coffee and memes fodder. Thank God. Doctors urge women not to cover their bums in smashed bananas to boost their butts. Why not? What could possibly go wrong? Doctor has warned women not to rub smashed up bananas into their bum cheeks in an attempt to boost their butts. It should go without saying, but apparently not. Why would that go without saying? What's wrong with it? What's the problem with bananas? That was good for you. Women, or men to be fair, good to be inclusive. What about non-binaries, Claire Reid? Eh, of Lad Bible? You non-binary phobe. Who want to plump up their bums to give them Kim Kardashian-style curves are being urged not to smother themselves in a paste made of bananas, petroleum jelly and yogurt, after several popular YouTube channels claimed it would help. I mean, there are many popular YouTube channels that claim the earth is flat, but you would just assume that people either are smart enough not to listen, or if they are stupid enough to believe it, they deserve the side effects. Experts have warned that using fruit-based concoction could result in rashes, inflammation, irritation, and exacerbation of eczema. Like, who's out there with eczema all over their arse going, this needs to be higher? This eczema-riddled ass needs to be about 2 inches higher. I've got an idea for you. Some nut whack job, probably vegan, on YouTube has said if you smear a banana with some Vaseline on your arse, then your eczema-ridden arse is going to be about 2 inches higher by the end of the week. It's pathetic. Channel OMG Remedies. Oh, that sounds good, doesn't it? That sounds legit. Jesus Christ. The people who use this OMG Remedies, they're probably the same people that are going, well, the flu kills like way more every year, so why should we be worried? It's not going to stop me going to McDonald's. It's not going to stop me going to Cafe Nero. Channel OMG Remedies is one of those that has suggested the use of bananas and petroleum jelly with a promise, that's bullshit, that it will make your butt cheeks grow twice the size. Twice the size? You want your eczema-ridden ass to be twice the size that it already is. Jesus. Again, hasn't the general public suffered enough? This is twice the size. But could you imagine what, like, if it actually, let's say it worked, yeah? Let's say you smear the banana gubbins all over your ass, and then you wake up the next day and your ass is literally twice the size. That would be a living hell. Like, that would be an absolute nightmare. You'd look insane. People would think you were ill. People would think you had elephantitis of the ass. Twice the size. Oh, 2 sizes bigger. Okay, listen. Yeah. Oh, no, it says twice the size here. That could be a misquote. Anyway, I mean, imagine. Jesus. Like, that wouldn't look like a Kim Kardashian ass. That would look like, well, you belong in a circus, quite frankly. I mean, that's what you're going for. Everyone's trying to make a pound. Everyone's trying to diversify their revenue streams right now. So maybe if you want to become a cam girl and or man or cam non-binary, maybe the banana goop on your ass, make it twice the size. That could be your unique selling point, isn't it? Hey, I tell you what, that cam girl that was the anime character that's stealing all the money on, what's it, cock roulette? No, what's it called? Wank roulette or something? Come on, guys, help me out here. Anyway, the wanking website, the live stream wank site. And it's all the other cam girls are getting wound up because they're like, it's a fucking computer image. How can we compete with that? It's got a physics engine controlling its titties. How can I compete with that? Fair enough. Yeah. Maybe they knew. Maybe they knew that, you know, the Rona's coming and people need, you know, people want to be whacking over. Look, if all the cam girls get ill, man, then what you going to whack to, eh? Think about it. Anyway, I know this may look or sound crazy to you, but it is just a simple remedy that works to grow your buttocks 2 sizes bigger. You said twice the size. This is not going to grow your buttocks 10 sizes bigger, but going to grow your buttocks about 2 sizes bigger. You said twice the size. It's just a simple trick you can do at home. Another blogger told followers that a mix of banana and yogurt works too. It does not. Well, listen, Claire Reid, have you tried it? Yeah? Have you run a double-blind placebo-controlled study? Have you? Yeah, have you published your findings in The Lancet? You lab Bible hack. Whose side am I on? I don't even know. I'm not picking a side. The fence is so far up my ass that it's doubled in size. Who's this loon? Is she the one that said, like, scientists, if you call a scientist a nerd, it's a hate crime? Don't know, could be. Anyway. Oh, no, she's the one that issues warnings when, you know, people say, like, stick an avocado in your fanny to make your piss smell nice or, you know. Anyway. Another a blogger said, petroleum jelly and banana are some of the common products that make your buttocks bigger. Are they witch doctors? What's the situation? If you rub petroleum jelly into your butt every night before going to sleep, the size of your butt will increase after a few weeks. Well, it's not like we've got anything better to do, quite honestly, is it? Come on, guys. Go on, guys. There's one thing that could be said for the lobster crew. They've all got thick, delicious asses. Well, how can you spot a lobster crew? A member of the lobster crew? Well, their ass is twice the size and they stink of bananas and Vaseline. They'll listen to this fucking lunatic broadcasting from a duvet fort in his spare room. Christ, I don't know. Is everything even still working? I couldn't, I don't know. Guys, look, what's going on in the cock roulette? Is that Chatterbait? That's it. That's the one, Chatterbait. Shout box. Anything in the shout box. Guys, just Gaza. He says, I love smashing pasties. And God bless him. You know, it's great to have Gaza listening. I'd love to go fishing with you, Gaza, after all this is over. And that would be nice. Right, look, let's play a record that I can't actually hear. So that's cool. Well, fingers crossed. You know, maybe I'll have to play a classic just to make sure that, you know, hey, let's play that. Oh, that's annoying. I want to listen to it, though. Let's play that Sam Binger bit, De Freaks. It's goddamn good record. Goddamn cocksuckingly good record. Here you go. Oh no. Oh no, the screen's gone.
Stand up and chat. Them can't do you nothing but fi stand up and watch. Ooh, you got it like that. Them try get you down, but you bounce right back. Dream them a dream, you're the queen of the back. The whole world have been known, say you got it like that.
Dibby catcher, really wanna see you rocker. When I'm in the place, ain't nothing long that no one take you right rocker. Do the gal got a big back up, huh? Do it like that, Big body act's got my tally going way over. Impulsion, no need for persuasion. I don't just pick you up, y'all, I'm your elation. No, I don't cut my ducks, I got no complacency. I just blatantly check the vacancy.
You got it like that. Go there, you make girl, cause you're hotter than hot. Me a tin already, make she stand up and chat. Them can't do you nothing but they stand up and watch. Ooh, you got it like that. Them try get you down, but you bounce right back. Dream them a dream, you're the queen of the back. The whole world have been known, so you got it like that.
Remember me, girl, from long time ago? Yeah, man, Sammy.
Good lad, Bildo.
In your town, we gon' let it go. Take control. Don't know we gon' let that one know.
You got it like that. Go there, you make girl, 'cause you're hotter than hot. Be a team ready, make she stand up and
Once
chat.
again.
Can't do you nothing but fi stand up and watch. Ooh, you got it like that. Them try get you down, but you bounce right back. Dream them a dream, let the queen of the back. The whole world of it know, say you got it like that.
Wrong, go tell her. Tell her friend to tell her. Wah. But I better know.
Ooh, you got it like that.
Guys, that's Sam Binger, The Freaks, featuring Ryder Shafiq and Redders, which is a good record, I know, because I've listened to it a lot, but I couldn't hear it then, so I just had to imagine it, and I imagined it was pretty cool. I imagined it was pretty groovy, guys, pretty goddamn groovy. Listen, I'm not saying that there shouldn't be news about this whole pandemic malarkey and that it's not important. But I will say that there really is a very low amount of other news to get to. You can now get Microsoft Word for free. Like, it's just the quality of other news stories that we got. The Wonder Chicken was a modern bird that walked among the dinosaurs. That's great. Really hyped to hear about that. Dominic Milton Trott has been in touch on the shout box. He's the dad that's tried 156 different drugs, and he just says, "I'm overdosing." Sour Johnny has been in the chat. He says, "I love Beyond Meat burgers and vegan imitation meat." He sure does. He sure does, the little soy. Bless him, the little soy boy cuck. Okay, look. Woman tells police that she's Beyonce Knowles after being arrested for joyriding. And who are we to say that she's not? You know, maybe Beyonce got the Rona. Maybe she got a bad case of the Rona. And maybe she was just trying to drive to self-isolate, and the pigs that pulled her over said, "Where are you going?" She said, "I'm going to see the Jigger Man. He's also got the Rona." Anyway, a woman who was arrested for joyriding in New Mexico told cops that she was Beyonce Knowles. Police said the 48-year-old Serena Henry from Las Cruces in New Mexico is alleged to have given in the megastar's name when she was caught in a car that had been reported stolen. According to, there's the real Beyonce there, in case you were unfamiliar with what she looked like. According to court documents, the woman had refused to pull over for police at a traffic stop, prompting officers to give chase. Maybe, you know what? Maybe those police officers should be helping find that fucking cow. Yeah, from yesterday, the unknown cow. It's faster than it looks. It's faster than it looks. The woman was eventually arrested when she drove home and hopped out of the car. That is a rookie move, guys. Like, if you're going to do an OJ, yeah. I mean, he did. Didn't OJ just go home in the end? Something like that. Yeah, I think so. He just went home. Fuck it. Just go home. I mean, what do you do when you get home? Just put the kettle on, I guess. Oh, no, police. Yeah, police knocking at the door. Go away. When the woman was eventually arrested, she drove home and hopped out of the car. However, she refused to tell cops her real name and instead told them she was legendary pop star Beyonce. Worth a shot, eh? Henry, who is 10 years older than the former Destiny's Child singer, and looks absolutely nothing like her. was later identified after being booked and having her fingerprints taken. Police say she already had a municipal bench warrant out for her for failing to appear at court on a previous unrelated charge. She sounds like a bad girl, ladies and gentlemen, and I'm pleased that the New Mexico police have done a sound job of putting her behind bars. Let's have a round of applause for our boys in blue, eh? Come on, guys. Round of applause for the boys in blue. God knows. I tell you what, a genuine round of applause, obviously a round of applause for frontline healthcare workers. Actual round of applause. But round of applause for fucking the poor cunts working in supermarkets on minimum wage. Like, having to deal, basically the worst possible time that you could be working there when you really don't want to be working at all. To then have to go and stack shelves while a bunch of lunatics run round you, probably coughing all over your really nicely, pertly displayed tits. You know, they're just all over your tits. Yeah, you're just trying to stack up the tins of beans. You know, you're trying to get your stack on. Basically, you're just trying to vibe. Yeah, you're just in aisle 13, just trying to vibe with some beans. And fucking Noreen or whoever who's come to stock up on bog roll, hacking up all over your tits. You know, what are you getting, like £9 an hour, if that, $7.20 an hour? I don't know what the minimum wage is. You know, I may well do soon. I may well have to know. You know, it's yeah. It's not good. I see a lot of other artists are setting up Patreon accounts with some quite generous offers. Teddy Killers was saying they'll master a tune a month as part of their $100 tier. Now, being that Patreon takes a pretty reasonable cut, then there's transaction charges and so on. The reality of that is about £50 to have them master a tune. That's a decent deal. Guys, look, I'm trying to put business your way. Yeah? Come on, why don't you throw a little freebie my way? Also included, I believe, you get an hour's Russian lesson. They're valuing their time very, very low. But God bless them, you know. God bless them. The UK government have got in the chat by sending a message on the shout box that says the UK will enter lockdown tonight, 10 o'clock. Force will be used for non-compliance. You've been warned. HMSS, what's that? Her Majesty's Secret Service, I presume. I'm not surprised that I'm being used as the conduit to dish out information about Her Majesty's Secret Service. I'm one of the last reputable news sources that deals exclusively in true facts. In the post-fact era, I'm the only one out there dealing in true facts. You know, some people say I'm shilling for the DMBIC, but you know, you make up your own minds about that. What's going on in the YouTube chat? Is everyone still alive, or have people begun to perish? I don't know. People are just debating minimum wage by the looks of things. Chris Braitz has got to go on a work call. No one knows what he does for a living. He may well be a high-class escort. Look, guys, there's going to be a lot of businesses affected here that you wouldn't normally stop to consider. Brasses. I mean, I appreciate that they've probably, you know, they're not afraid necessarily of infectious disease, you know, but I don't know. Amy Jane, the single person keeping the wheels on the out of control Jeep that is Shogun Audio, is in the chat. Morning. What was I saying? Yeah, think about your poor local drug dealer, eh? Think about your poor local meow meow dealer, you know? Sales must be down, man. Think of your poor local Albanian nosebag dealer. They're going to be struggling, guys. They're going to be struggling. Like the analogy of an out-of-control Jeep, Shogun. All right, I'll give you, I don't know, quarantine super yacht? No, I don't know. Guys, sales are actually up on Nosebag. Who's doing the studies to work that out? Come on. Actually, it turns out that Chris Braitz is a lower working class escort. That's fine. You know, of course, You've got to find your target demographic, haven't you? But anyway, listen, what I'm saying, guys, is that it might be nice for you to just send a few quid, you know, to your local drug dealer. Pay them in advance for something. Say, listen, I'm giving you... We're doing this the other way around. I'm giving you this on tape. The fucking camera is gone again. That is annoying, isn't it? God. Look, okay, guys, look. Ignore that. Let me just get a... We're going to have to leave that off for a second to charge itself up. Maybe we can put a little picture in there instead for now. Oh, guys. Oh, baby Jesus. Oh, baby Jesus. It'll be fine. Listen, just talk amongst yourself for a second. This is all standard fare. You know, you really... look, I've got an appropriate picture to stick in. For a second, if I can only get to it. Here it is. Look, is that all right for you? Yeah, there you go. That's fine. For now, is it? I'll let the battery charge up a little bit on it. Let's download that. Yeah, that's fine, isn't it? Okay, guys, look, seriously. What have we got tunes-wise? There needs to be some more bits. There has to be. I mean, I just play stuff totally blind. Like, stuff that I haven't heard before and will not hear, you know? There's a new Feed Me EP out, new Dub Physics and Strategy. Look, I think it's going to be hard to go wrong with Dub Physics and Strategy, so let's just, we'll give that a freaking whirl for now, yeah.
We not afraid of them, no, we not afraid of them, they. We not afraid of them, no, we not afraid of them, they. We not like them songs, them, we not like them songs, them. We not like them songs, no, we not like no songs, them. We not afraid of them, no, we not afraid of them, they. We not afraid of them, no, we not afraid of them, they. We not like them songs, so we don't sing them songs, them. We not like no song, no, we not like them songs, them. We not afraid of them, no, we not afraid of them, they. We not afraid of them, no, we not afraid of them, they. We not like them songs, them, we not like them songs, them. We not like them songs, no, we not like no songs, them. We not afraid of them, no, we not afraid of them, they. We not afraid of them, no, we not afraid of them, they. We not like them songs, so we don't sing them songs, them. We not like them songs, no, we not like them songs, them. You killing any song that even on a Sunday. Never find and play them brothers off a runway. Not me brother, them no, not them, I'm hungry. Searching on my life, they try and find a good way. Keep thankful for my life and thankful for another day. Lying on my side, and I am coming with me. So them off in dead, so they done it quickly. Bring it on me, sister, and me brother with me. Brother them there. Brother them there. Like them songs do. Like that song do. Brother them there. Brother them there. Like them, sing them songs do. Like them songs do.
Steve A, man claiming to have coronavirus, send your Skype address to the chat and we will get on it tomorrow because I don't have any headphones, so I can't hear anything. So it's not a goer today. So stay out of trouble until then.
We not afraid of them, no, we not afraid of them, they. We don't like them songs, so we don't sing them songs, them. We don't like no song, no, we don't like them songs, them. We not afraid of them, no, we not afraid of them, they. We not afraid of them, no, we not afraid of them, they. We don't like them songs, them, we don't like them songs, them. We don't like them songs, no, we don't like them songs, them. We not afraid of them, no, we not afraid of them, they. We not afraid of them, no, we not afraid of them, they. We don't like them songs, so we don't sing them songs, them. We don't like them songs, no, we don't like them songs, them. You killing any song that even on a Sunday. Never find a plane and brothers off a runway. Now me brother, them know not them, I'm hungry. Setting on my life, I try and find a good way. Keep thankful for my life and thankful for another day. Lying on my side and I am coming with me. Sound them off in dead so they done it quickly. Bring it on me sister and me brother with me.
Okay, well, that sure was a groovy tune, I presume. That's called Dare by Dub Physics and Strategy. And when I get round to actually being able to hear it, I'm certain I sure will enjoy that groovy little piece of goodness from the boys, Mr. Dub and Sir Strategy. I have no doubt in my mind that they have made a tremendous record. Tremendous record. Very good. Very, very good. Very dubby. No one makes better dubby stuff than Dub Physics. That's why they call him Dub. Very, very, very good. Absolutely tremendous. I've always seen the people that kind of get into the sort of real serious Trump hate online as it just being a bit of a sort of cheap shot. Because it's easy. Anyone, it's sort of hacky. It's very easy. There's always no consequences, and so I was just sort of like, never really got into it. However, watching his address, the address that he gave yesterday, like I don't think I've ever heard anybody speak, and less actual information come out of their mouth, like the poverty of information that comes out of that guy's mouth. He's insane. He's like a sort of bimbo cheerleader that is just like, yeah, we're America. We're doing the best. We got the best guys. We're the best on it. Don't worry. Everything's sort of cool. All right, well, what's the plan? We're the best. Don't worry. Everything's going to be cool. It's basically over now. Cool, yeah, but we really actually need to know sort of like what to do. What's the plan? Is the economy going to be all right? Go America! A-M-E-R. Come on. Like, just no. Like... There's no actual information on anything. Just saying, the tremendous medical workers are doing a tremendous job. Tremendous job. Some of the best medical workers in America, and America's, of course, some of the best medical workers in the world. Our fine country, America, is just America, and it is the best. We are very much the best. It's just, bizarre. I mean, even Boris managing to do a sort of better explanation of like where. I mean, part of a plan seems to be forming now. A little smattering of plan, maybe. But, I mean, just... Anyway, guys. Yes, Bob Ross. Boris is in the chat. All right, mate. He says, grab your coat. It's time to leave. Shit's about to hit the fan. Fuck. Shouldn't have read that out on air. Bob Ross says, I can't see anything. It's today's show coming from Lockup Garage. Cheers, Bob. That's nice. What's this? Someone's saying Dimmy is saying you're assuming that Italians don't wash their hands and that's how it spread so fast. Who is saying this? I don't know. Look, I don't know. There was a map that someone posted on Twitter recently of a percentage of people that wash their hands after using the toilet in different countries. Not great in China, I will say. Not great. Look, what have we got? Look, fucking hell. As if things couldn't get any worse. Yeah. Gary Barlow and Ronan Keating joined forces. Fuck. Is it possible to imagine something more powerful than that? Join forces for virtual duet. And it's literally music to our ears. No shares on this, unsurprisingly. Louise Griffin here of the Metro. Christ. Keith Lemon ignores government advice as he hits up the pub amid coronavirus crisis. Oh, God. Gary Barlow and Ronan Keating have given the people what they want. Debatable. I tell you what I would want. I would want to see the two of them. Listen, I ain't gay, all right, but I wouldn't mind. You know, I would throw a few shekels in the direction if they were like, if Ronan Keating was like, Ronan Schmeanings gonna make a porno with Gary Barlow. That's how Ronan Keating speaks. I don't know if you've ever heard him actually speak. Singing voice is entirely different, but he's like, Ronan Schmeaning, imbibing farts, Ronan Keatings gonna do a porno with Gary Barlow, paying Bitcoin. You know, it's be a way to spend an afternoon, wouldn't it? I am concerned now that the coronavirus outbreak might be just another way to try and cover up what Corey Feldman was saying about the unpleasantness of the paedophile rings in Hollywood. You know, that's a conspiracy theory for you. You can have that one gratis if you want. I mean, the website, his website got shut down just before it was supposed to live stream. Although the video did go out. I don't know whether or not anyone's seen that, but made some pretty big claims. Anyway, back to Gary Barlow, Ronan Keating. Go on, lads, says Louise Griffin. The Take That and Boyzone stars shared a clip of themselves giving a rendition of Tracy Chapman's "Baby Can I Hold You." And it's just what we needed. Look, listen, Louise Griffin of the Lad Bible. Being that you've got no shares on this, I think it's fair to say that you do not speak for the whole country, let alone the whole world, when you're saying that the Gary Barlow, Ronan Keating collab, B2B, is what we all need. It's not what we all need. What we all need is a firm plan from the government based on the best scientific information that we have at the time, in order to best contain the pandemic and also best mitigate against the negative ramifications for the economy. That's what we all need. We don't need two washed-up pop stars that were big in the late 90s, early noughties, hammering away badly at an old Tracy Chapman song. I'm sorry to break it to you. Maybe what we need is the two of them thrashing each other in the arse, you know, for Bitcoin. Maybe. Yeah, maybe. You know, but that's an entirely different topic of conversation that I think might actually be a little bit too factually accurate for the Metro to touch. So, there we go. James Arthur tours stunning house where he'll be self-isolating. Fuck off, James Arthur. Seriously. I mean, really? Great. Thanks, mate. That's cool. That's what people want to see. What people want to see in a global pandemic is celebrities showing you around their luxurious... talentless celebrities like James Arthur showing you around their luxurious dwellings where they'll be self-isolating, surrounded by wealth and luxury, while, you know, we sit around. There are multiple leaks in this house. It's like, when it rains indoors in this house. We're about to run out of electricity again. So I have very, very little desire to see the inside of James Arthur's house. But thanks, mate. Thanks for letting us know on that one. Anyhow, Friends reunion delayed over coronavirus. Finally, some good news. Finally. Thank God for that. Unfucking believable. What's going on in the chat? Are people arguing over washing your hands? Oh, the things come off again. Okay, that's good. Let's get rid of that. And... then we can stick this guy back up. There he is. It's fine. Don't worry about it. Do not worry. Let's have another little bit of gear then. Last little bit of gear. There's new Constrict, and although he's a turncoat communist, bootlicking communist, he's still my adopted son, and in a way, I do love him in a way. But let's play one of his records. I mean, I think this is as good a point as any when I can play something that I can't actually hear, to play his music, so I don't have to suffer the indignity of listening to it, on camera. But this is Goddess by Constrict, and I believe it's on his record label, Incidental Sonics. Where have I heard that name come from before? Anyway, Goddess, Constrict. Guys, I'm not going to wheel a track that I can't even hear. That is a step too far, guys. The Rewind Committee would never, ever approve the wheeling up of a track you can't even hear. Guys, that is Goddess by Constrict. People wanting it wheeled up, so I assume that it's fine. You know, that it's a good bit of gear and so on. You know, all things considered. I look forward to listening back to that later. I guess, even though it will undoubtedly bring a tear to my eye after being abandoned by the boy that I raised with my own hand. Constrict. Now, look, last bit of gear, I guess, for today. Florida duo ignored all that talk about social distancing and had sex outside the hospital. Listen, when you got a sling, you got a sling. You might be the last opportunity you ever get. I like the fact that she's got her surgical mask, like, sort of pulled down. Despite warnings about social distancing, a couple decided to have sex in public outside a Florida hospital, according to cops, who busted the duo on a pair of criminal charges. As detailed in the arrest affidavits, Anna Marie Tucker, 45, and Albert Singletary, 37, were found to be exposing sexual organs in plain view of the public. Well, maybe the public should be fucking well self-isolating. What are the public doing out and about? Singletary's penis, testicles, and buttocks were displayed within view of nearby citizens, while Tucker's vagine was also on view earlier this month. Tucker and Singletary are seen in the above mugshots. Tucker lowered her surgical mask before the photo was snapped. They were each charged with trespassing and exposure of sexual organs, which are both misdemeanors. According to court records, Tucker pleaded guilty on both counts and was sentenced to 10 days in a county jail. Singletary, who has been in custody since his arrest, is being held in lieu of a $300 bond. There has not been disposition in his case. Well, that's rough times, guys. I think that is rough. Naked model arrested after police tussle. Yikes. Woman, 25, kicked multiple officers. Don't get kicky. Don't get kicky. Lord of mercy. July 10. What do you mean July 10? Guys, how old is this? This is from July 10, 2017. Well, I mean, it's certainly been worth a look. I think you will all agree that there's no reason to not at least just have a little look. Maybe just a little further investigation into Brisa Dominguez. Milady. And nevertheless, okay, well, let's just might as well just crack on with this one for a little bit, shall we? Curvy Instagram model, unburdened by clothing, was arrested after she struck and kicked several Florida cops who were summoned to a waterfront hotel where the woman was trespassing. According to investigators, Brisa Dominguez, 25, was causing a disturbance, I bet she was, at the Edge Hotel in Clearwater around 4:20 a.m. Nice. On Wednesday, when Dominguez ignored a direction from the hotel manager to leave the property, police were called. When Officer Richard Edmonds arrived at the hotel, he found the defendant to be nude. After Edmonds handed Dominguez a towel to cover herself, she used said towel to strike me in the face by swinging it in a whipping motion. Wow. As Edmonds and other cops sought to arrest Dominguez for trespassing, she kicked 3 patrolmen, attempted to bite and spit on one officer. Fiery young lady. Edmonds was on the receiving end of a mule kick, as the 5'4", 130-pound Dominguez reportedly executed as cops tried to effect an arrest during difficult circumstances. Yeah, I bet they really hated having to do that. Dominguez was charged with trespassing, resisting an officer with violence, and battery on a law enforcement officer. The latter 2 counts of felonies. She was freed from the county jail after posting $10,000 bond. Dominguez was born in Mexico, lives in Davenport, California, and uses the online handle BayBaddyBree. BayBaddyBree. Dominguez's Instagram page, probably just worth doing the continuing on the investigation here, just to, make sure everything's in order just to have a little look. Not only 4 posts here for Baybaddy Brie. I hope she's self-isolating. Oh, this is from 2019. Oh dear. James.ent says, "Where are you located?" I mean, are all like I imagine like all the sort of Instagram model, like Instagram influencers, are all just posting pictures like, "Whoa, self-isolating sucks, man. Whoa, well, I just heard about coronavirus. That shit's whack, man." Ooh, ooh. Listen, you got to make Pam now, haven't you? Oh look, there's a main account here. See, guys, look. That's more like it. Fucking 500,000 followers. Right, she's getting it out, guys. She's keen. Okay, guys. That's enough. Stop. That's it. Cover any children's eyes, please. Look. Okay, here's your palate cleanser. Yeah, Ronan Schmieding and Gary Barlow, just honking it up. Yeah, for morale. Keep morale up. Yeah. Okay. Cool. Nice work. God's sake. Where's the thing gone? I don't know, man. I don't know. Listen, guys, it's the end of the show. I'll have the battery charged in the camera for tomorrow. I promise. Okay, look. I'm just going to get it back on. And I'll have headphones so I can actually listen to stuff. There's a guarantee of quality that you wouldn't get anywhere else. A radio presenter actually being able to listen to what's going on. Imagine that. Can you imagine? Coming up next, The Build. Bildo von Bildo. I don't know what he says. Today's mix after you is a 3-for-3 super sesh I did pre-corona with Pandemonia and a group of Texans. Read into that what you want, but I'm not talking on it. You will be glad. Well, I'm thrilled about that. But, you know, obviously I cannot attest to the quality of the mixing, nor the quality of the shoe throwers. But fingers crossed, they will be top notch. Listen, guys, fucking stay in, stay home, don't be stupid, don't be ridiculous. Wash your hands, wash your face, wash your dick. Pains me to have to tell you to wash your dick, but some people very forgetful. Yeah, very forgetful. Wash your hands and face. Yeah, wash your anus. Yeah, hand sanitizer, douche. Will not go amiss. I will be back tomorrow at 10 a.m. After me is, of course, Le Build. Then our boy Big 8. Then Benage. And then tonight, I believe we have, I think we have, Jesus God, mental blank, Mr. Merck and the boys, Eastern Front, and Duff, I don't know, I'm not sure what's going on, do you even have a show anymore? Who knows? Let me know, I'm keen to find out. Robin is self-isolating in Burma. You probably got one of the last flights out of the country. You ain't getting back in, man. You're out for the count. You might as well just set up home there. See if you can put a deposit down on something. Anyway, guys, look, I love you. I'll be back tomorrow. Stay out of trouble. Okay, goodbye.